Hello and welcome. I'm glad you're here. Join me as we journey into Africa's forgotten cities, places once alive with vibrant life, now reclaimed by silence and sand. These ghost towns are monuments to ambition and culture, their stories buried deep beneath the relentless desert sun. We'll walk through haunting halls where sand flows like water, filling every empty space, and stand in market squares where silence now reigns, echoing with memories. This is a journey to connect with the past, to feel echoes of laughter, trade, and prayer in desolate beauty. Let's step out of the present and into the shifting sands of the past together. Our journey into Africa's forgotten cities begins now, with you by my side. Our first stop is Kolmanskop, a place where the past lingers in the air and the desert tells its own story. Nestled deep in Namibia's vast Namib Desert, Kolmanskop rises like a mirage from the endless sands. Over a century ago, this German-style town was built on dreams of fortune. Diamonds were so abundant here that miners could find them glinting in the moonlight, scattered across the sand. Kolmanskop boasted a hospital, a grand ballroom echoing with laughter, and even an ice factory to cool the desert heat, creating a bubble of luxury and civilization in the heart of the wilderness, where opulence contrasted sharply with the harsh desert outside. But as the diamond fields dwindled and richer deposits were discovered elsewhere, Kolmanskop's prosperity faded. The town slowly emptied out, its glory days slipping away like sand through fingers. Residents abandoned their homes and dreams, leaving behind personal belongings and memories, surrendering to the desert's relentless advance. Now sand pours through shattered windows, filling rooms and staircases, turning each house into a golden hourglass. Bathtubs lie half-buried in dunes, silent witnesses to a vanished era. Peeling walls and faded wallpaper whisper of lives once lived, of laughter and loss, of hope and heartbreak. The silence here is thick, heavy with lost ambition and faded hope, echoing through empty sand-filled halls. Kolmanskop stands as a haunting reminder that no matter how grand our creations, nature always reclaims its own in the end. It's a breathtaking spectacle, decay and beauty intertwined, where sunlight dances on drifting sand and time seems to stand still. Here, the past lingers in every grain of sand, and every footprint tells a story of those who once called this place home. The desert is both destroyer and artist, sculpting its masterpiece from human ruins, forever reshaping Kolmanskop into a ghostly work of art. We move east to Kenya's coast, where the land meets the endless blue of the Indian Ocean, and the air is thick with the scent of salt and wildflowers. Here, the Gedi ruins hide in the heart of the Arabuko-Sokoke forest, shrouded in mystery and tangled greenery. Gedi was once a thriving Swahili trading town, bustling with life and commerce, yet it's curiously absent from most historical records, a city that lived, flourished, and then faded away in silence. Over centuries, the forest has woven itself into the ruins. Trees rise from the remains of mosques and palaces, their roots gripping ancient walls as if holding on to forgotten stories. Artifacts from distant lands, Chinese porcelain, Venetian glass, and beads from India, reveal Gedi's cosmopolitan past and its connections to a vast world beyond Africa's shores. Imagine a bustling marketplace alive with color, the sounds of bargaining in many languages, now overtaken by vines, the laughter of monkeys, and the quiet rustle of leaves. Why was Gedi abandoned? Theories abound: drought, invasion, plague, or perhaps a slow decline. But the forest keeps its secrets, refusing to give up the final answer. There are no signs of sudden catastrophe, just a slow, quiet retreat as nature gently reclaimed what was once human. Wandering these mossy corridors and crumbling archways is an invitation to imagine the lives once lived here, the laughter, the prayers, the dreams that echoed through these stones. Gedi stands as a testament to Africa's lost civilizations, a place where history asks more questions than it answers, and where every stone hints at untold stories. Here, the past is alive in the hush of the forest, whispering its secrets to those who pause and listen. In Mauritania's vast Sahara stands Chinguetti, a city that has endured for centuries, now fighting to survive against the relentless advance of the desert. Once a thriving hub for salt caravans and a beacon of Islamic scholarship, Chinguetti is now threatened by the ever-shifting, encroaching dunes that slowly swallow its ancient streets. Its libraries, often hidden within family homes, hold priceless manuscripts on law, astronomy, mathematics, and poetry, fragile treasures that connect the present to a golden age of learning. The city's reddish stone buildings and the iconic minaret of the Friday Mosque rise above the sands, standing as enduring symbols of faith, resilience, and the community's deep-rooted history. Sand piles against doors and windows, threatening to bury not just homes, but centuries of accumulated wisdom and culture. Families carefully preserve brittle, leather-bound texts, battling both the passage of time and the harshness of the desert, determined to keep their heritage alive for future generations. Chinguetti's people live with the desert as both neighbor and adversary, adapting their daily lives to its challenges while holding on to their traditions. Their struggle is about more than preserving buildings. It's about safeguarding a unique identity, a sense of belonging, and a heritage that has shaped generations. Visiting Chinguetti is to witness the front line between memory and oblivion, where every grain of sand is a reminder of what could be lost. The sight of dunes pressing against ancient libraries is a powerful metaphor for the fragility of history and the constant struggle to protect it. Here, in the heart of the desert, the fight for knowledge and memory endures, an unbroken chain linking past, present, and future. We travel to Mali's inland Niger Delta, to Geno, ancient Jena. Unlike other ruins, Geno's secrets lie buried beneath the earth. Archaeology reveals a city dating back to 250 BC, thriving long before trans-Saharan trade. Its people were master ironworkers and potters, living in round mud brick houses, organized by craft and kinship. For over 1,000 years, it was a bustling hub, trading fish, rice, and crafts for salt and copper. The city was gradually abandoned as its daughter city, Jena, rose nearby. Today, Geno is a mound of buried memories, a testament to West Africa's ingenuity. Its story reminds us that the most important histories are sometimes hidden just below the surface. Here, the earth itself holds the echoes of a vibrant civilization. In Niger, we find Agadez, once the Eye of the Sahara, and a vital link for camel caravans. Its skyline is crowned by the mud brick minaret of the Grand Mosque, a beacon for travelers. Agadez was a marketplace for salt, gold, and ivory, alive with traders and scholars. The old city, with its winding alleys and ornate palace, still echoes with its former glory. But the decline of caravan trade and encroaching sands have left Agadez vulnerable. The city's fortunes faded, and the desert now threatens what remains. Agadez is a place where living history and ghostly memories intertwine. Its mud walls hold the memory of a golden age. Even the greatest cities are shaped by the shifting tides of history and nature. Agadez stands as a poignant reminder of resilience and loss. On western Sahara's Atlantic coast lies Laayoune Plage, an abandoned resort, a modern ghost town. Built to be a tourist haven, its skeletal buildings now face the sea, windows staring blankly at the waves. Political conflict halted construction, workers left, and the resort was abandoned to wind and salt. Sand drifts into empty rooms, nature reclaiming the dream. Walking here is surreal. Echoes of laughter and music haunt unfinished halls. The sea's relentless waves and nesting seabirds are now the only sounds. Laayoune Plage is a monument to failed ambition and the cost of instability. Nature devours what was never finished. It's a modern Ozymandias, a reminder of how quickly dreams can vanish. Here, the silence speaks of what might have been. On a Nile island in Sudan's Nubia, we find the ruins of Ani, a forgotten Kushite settlement. The kingdom of Kush once rivaled Egypt, building pyramids and cities along the river. Ani's ruins are subtle, mud brick outlines and weathered stones, whispering of lives long past. Archaeology here lags behind Egypt, leaving Ani's secrets largely buried. Was it a trading post, a religious center, or a farming community? Each fragment is a clue. The island's green oasis contrasts with the desert, the Nile flowing past as it has for millennia. Ani represents countless untold African stories, waiting for rediscovery. History here is a living mystery, not a closed book. In Ani's quiet stones, the promise of new discoveries endures. In Libya's Tadrat Akakis Mountains, we find not a city, but a prehistoric gallery. Rock faces here are covered in art up to 12,000 years old, from a time when the desert was green. Giraffes, elephants, and cattle are etched in stone, telling of a lost, vibrant world. The art shifts from hunter-gatherer scenes to pastoral life as the climate changed. These images are intimate records of adaptation, ritual, and daily life. Standing before them, you feel a deep connection to ancient ancestors. The site is fragile, threatened by erosion and instability. These artworks are a library of stone, chronicling both human and environmental change. The Tadrat Akakis reminds us that the world is ever-changing, and memory is written in rock. Here, the past is preserved in art, not ruins. On Eritrea's Red Sea coast lie the ruins of Adulis, once the bustling port of the Aksumite kingdom. Adulis connected Africa to the Mediterranean and Indian Ocean worlds. Ships brought goods from Egypt, Arabia, and India, departing with Africa's treasures. The city, now mostly unexcavated, was cosmopolitan and wealthy, with multi-story buildings and temples. As Aksum's power waned, Adulis was abandoned, its ruins buried by silt and time. Today, only subtle mounds and scattered pottery hint at its past. The silence is striking. Where once there was noise and trade, now only waves and seabirds remain. Adulis is a story of connection and isolation, a reminder that no city is immune to change. Its legacy lingers, waiting to be fully uncovered. Thank you for joining me on this unforgettable journey through Africa's forgotten cities and lost histories. We've walked through sand-filled halls, silent forests, and ancient ports together, feeling the weight and wonder of history. These ruins are classrooms of stone and sand, teaching us about resilience, memory, and the power of nature. By exploring them, we keep their stories alive for future generations. If this journey moved you in any way, please consider subscribing to support more explorations like this one. Together, we honor the civilizations that came before us. The journey continues onward.